Let's see. Okay, it is in a good working order, and now I'd like to share with you my recent news. Let's see. I need to turn off the sound. It is in a good working order. Mhm. I'd like to share with you my recent news about my the IFC my IFC exam, and I failed everything again. And you know what? You know why I did so? I just have had been preparing for this particular exam using outdated edition of book that designed for preparation to this exam, and that's how I stuck into trouble being there, you know. And I was surprised with the things were given about some kind of girl. She was hipster, and I had to make out her life, giving answers on the shit. And I suppose I'm going to get quite low mark for that. But I tried to find the latest edition of that book, though every time when I was trying that, I ran into the same book, second edition, while it was outdated at that time. And that's why uh, I don't think I will get good marks for my tests because I'm not good at those. And maybe next time when I become more diligent and find the latest version edition of that book, I will find a way how to pass this exam. It's near impossible to do with no preparation at all. And that's why I'm frustrated a bit. Nevertheless, I feel free from that constant work relevant to my preparations, and now it's like weight dropped from my shoulders, and I'm free for a while. Though no sooner had I completed my exam than my studying in university started. It is part-time studying, that's why it's not so hard as it could be being on the classes right in university. If you want to talk, just join and we will discuss something. I feel quite good. I feel better than previously because I don't need to do any more work related to this exam, and it's quite mm, you know I am not distracted by such things. Maybe next time I will pass it, but for now I should forget it. Don't be so shy, just join and we talk to discuss something. Just follow the link and allow your brother access to use your camera and micro so that you could participate too. It's free, it's easy, it's up to you. So don't waste your time and join. Let's see. Алло. Я в этот участок разговаривал в книге. Чё? Ну Oh, hardly had completed my speaking.
Hello, I don't know how
Oh,
it
hello,
works.
my dearest friend. How do you feel today?
Oh, I'm okay, thank you. How about you?
Oh, I have failed my exam because I used wrong edition of book that's designed for my exam. But it's
Oh,
okay.
it's okay.
I will handle
T-
it later.
Today I was talking with my friend who's from the UK, but currently he's living in Yekaterinburg. Is going to leave it in maybe in 2 weeks, and I was just surprised the way how he speaks Russian.
Uh, what does he do in this forgotten city?
Um, he's working as a volunteer here in the church.
Oh, I like those guys.
Yeah, I like that. I like them too. You know that.
They conduct quite decent with women, as I saw. They
Yeah,
maybe we have to learn from them.
we have to learn from them a lot of things because,
Mm-hmm.
as you know, they're not allowed to use social media. They
Mm-hmm.
don't. They have to try to communicate with the family only once a week. I think.
Why
They
so?
have once a week. Once a week, they can call to the family
Ah,
and
they are
communicate.
they are prohibited to call any other time.
Yeah, in different times. They don't
Mm-hmm.
use social media. Right now, they can use it because we are on the quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
But before it wasn't available.
Cool. I will.
They
Sorry.
even they didn't have a smartphone
Mm-hmm. Ah,
and
they are
communicate.
they are
Just
prohibited
like
to
maybe
call
I don't
any
know,
other time.
like the old in different phone when without the internet, without something like that.
Mm-hmm. But I'm wondering what they use for um, sending messages to their friends.
The old phone maybe like I don't know with some I don't know
Pigeons.
how to say it. When we the phones when we that we used before many years ago,
Ah, and
the old brand, the old brand,
ah, uh, s- uh,
only typing
uh,
shots
they use
messages.
telephones but ignore phones, as you said. And what is the point of that?
Because the main idea, as I understood, was they don't have to promote religion on social media. Maybe that's why.
Ah, you think that it's connected to
Yeah, maybe
absence
because
of phone in their pockets? Maybe.
and yeah, and they have to spend a lot of time with with the people, not on the internet like the young generation does nowadays. Because their mission is just helping people here, and I think it was like a challenge for them because lots of them came to Russia from different countries like the UK, the United States. Oh, I know some people from Germany, mm,
Mm-hmm.
Norway,
I know one guy from there.
Australia.
Could you recall the Norway guy for me, if you remember?
A Norway
He's
guy. I don't know.
he's a big one, strong with white haired guy. Is it him?
Oh, maybe, but I forgot his
A
name.
bit fat. It is not
Yeah,
appropriate
yeah,
word.
yeah, 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 yeah. I
Oh,
saw him.
it's
I
my
saw
friend.
him. I saw him here in Yekaterinburg in the winter. Yeah, no, I know it. I know him. I know him. I know
Yes.
him.
The last time I saw him, he was leaving our country for the best, I suppose. Maybe he will return some when, but he said that um, um, out of prohibition of their church, they had to leave. That's why he was leaving our country. Do you know something
Oh
about that?
no, I don't know. I know about they usually they live in one city during 6 weeks, and
Mm-hmm.
after that they change the location.
Mm-hmm. And do you know their whereabouts now?
No, no, because I have no ideas about it.
I sent a letter to him in order to keep in touch, but he never answered. And I found that
Mm,
it's quite impolite to me, seeing that I considered him as a friend. And
you know, oh, I don't know, I don't know because some of my friends and with I met with, you know, they started communicating with me after a long time because I forgot about them.
mhm,
But maybe it was maybe when 2 months ago someone asked my number, my
mhm.
phone number, to start communicating because he needs to practice his Russian.
Ah, this way. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, all of them speak Russian very well. But you know, we did yoga today with the British people
Where was it?
on Zoom. One of my friends sent me a message on UK
Mhm.
about yoga masterclass. It's so interesting.
But I'm I'm just trying to imagine how it was. You was keep holding your phone in one hand and stretch
No,
the other one.
maybe they use it. They used a laptop. They use a laptop.
Ah, And did you like it?
Yeah, I did. It was great. It was great and interesting how people can understand Russian because there were the audio version
Ah,
instruction, and we had to keep listening to these instructions and
mhm.
try to do the same things.
Cool.
Hey,
Look, I always encounter on some VK groups where people are invited to participate in such online sport activities, and I think it is a good idea for now. Why not?
it's a good idea. I watched a video from a friend who's from London or near London.
Mm-hmm.
He made a video about his activities during the quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect how they are creative.
But
They are,
it's hard to
uh,
understand how it works in real life.
they sing songs. They read aloud in front of the camera. They have. I think they stay positive in this time.
We shouldn't be miserable things who were locked in the room. Should we? They just try to enjoy their lives, and it's
Just
cool.
using simple things. You know
Hmm.
that I was just surprised. For me, just like wow, how it's possible to spend our own time without using the internet.
In addition to that, such a prospect of activities lies before us, and we just should use it as often as we can, maybe. And as it seems, you do so. Stretching
Yeah,
your
we have to learn lots of simple things from this kind of people.
and I like uh, that some people still run booking clubs, some kind of places of interest, and they gather together every week and retell some stories. I don't know, and I suppose we should also keep something, take something from them, because we just
Yeah,
ignore our life
that's
after all.
that's true. Before the pandemic, they had a club, a club which is like maybe a game club, I would say, because they play different table games.
Hmm.
Uh, the last time when I played a table game so was when I was a child.
What kind of game?
Different games like
Ah.
Monopoly, like maybe some card games.
Hmm. It is hard to understand, but I love those games with all my heart. But as soon as I start playing them, I'm getting bored immediately at one straight. I just can't play anymore, and it's so frustrating because previously in my childhood I used to play such games, and it brought me quite good positive emotions.
But it was a great time for me because you know we can spend our time without using the internet.
At least this way we may spare our eyes from being broken after all. We always using our phones looking for the news we are not interested in, reading comments that we don't like to, and maybe I need to find some place to participate into
Yeah,
also.
yeah, I need to do that. I hope it will be soon because I participated here in Yekaterinburg. But before the pandemic, I did it.
But I'd like to ask you if you visited some English-speaking clubs in your city, because seeing that I heard of one of them that is run in some university, if I am not mistaken, and we some people of that club took part in our meeting in Ufa, and they were quite intelligent, and they say that they weren't at the highest level of their speaking club. They said there were more skilled people, and maybe you want to join them too as soon as it's over.
Yeah, maybe they had a speaking club before, but our government didn't want to have such clubs like this one
Ah, they
because
always.
because of the visa because those people have a special visa to teach people, but they are not teachers. They just volunteers. And I think our government didn't understand it.
No, they
Maybe.
don't teach anyone. They just
Yes, they.
gather together and speak.
Yeah, we just spoke in English and have some fun. Had some fun.
Mhm.
Like I remember one. It was maybe in February.
Sorry, Alexandra. I will back. I will get back in no time. Okay, I need to pick up something from. Just wait for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm here. Sorry. We ordered some pizza, and I have had to meet them.
I
Now I need
yeah.
to do something with my camera. Ah, it's okay now.
Yeah, it was in February when we celebrated. I don't know how to say. I forgot how to say it in English.
Oh,
A special holiday.
what do you mean? Days off?
День защитника Отечества.
Oi, just forget such words. I don't know.
Uh,
Veterans Day.
uh,
Say.
yeah, something like
What
that.
is the matter?
Defender Day. Defender on. Yeah, we celebrated in the church. There was some competitions for them, for guys,
Hmm.
for male. It was so interesting how the foreigners can understand the meaning of it without knowing Russian.
It's quite strange, but being within foreigners for a long time, you by degree are becoming understand what they're talking about, and maybe it worked out for them this way.
Because some of them could speak Russian, some of them couldn't speak Russian. I was half to 50-50% in Russian and English.
Hmm. And do you have their church in your city, or because we do, and
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we have that. We have that.
we were invited once to participate in their own speaking club, but I just forgot to be in time, as it always happens, and maybe next time.
Yeah. You know, the first time when I met them, I was at the museum, in the museum.
Hmm.
I just, I didn't know about it before. I just saw some people when they speak Russian with a foreign accent,
Hmm.
or English, mix it. And I just asked them a question, and after that, they sent me a message about the speaking club, and I started participating in. It was so interesting.
No, they put their soul in their work to um, invoke more people in their church and to
Yeah,
do their best,
to
after all.
yeah, to they tried to invite Lots of people.
And so maybe that was the reason why they were
Yeah.
prohibited in our country. Seeing that Orthodox Church can do the same, and they just envy that some small church can be polite enough to indicate people that church can be uh, on a step higher than um, just being alcoholics and
Oh,
other.
they don't drink even black tea. They don't drink it. Black tea, black tea, green tea maybe as well. I
Ah,
was,
when
I was,
sorry.
yeah, I was like, what? What?
Ah,
Why don't you drink black tea or green tea, some coffee, etc.
well, once I worked as a security at one place, and my colleague was the guy from a guy from that church, and it was strange observing him not drinking tea. Uh, for I always asked question him, why didn't you do so? And answer was always the same: we are not allowed to do so. That's why. Firstly, mm, it appeared quite strange to me, but after all, I realized that it's just it wasn't my matter to think about. He uh, didn't make me forget about it. He didn't do it himself, and it is no, it is it was it doesn't matter to me what people do. We should respect each other after all. That
Yeah,
conclusion came into being.
yeah, of course. But I didn't understand it. Why?
If they don't eat or drink something, they do not visit places that we think as commonplace to be in. Uh, our freedom consists of our behavior to other people. Like if it don't doesn't cause any trouble to you, why should we hate them for that?
No, it's in fact, they're so kind and intelligent. I think mm, because it's their own choice.
But at least they don't worship cows.
Yeah,
Mm, and why don't doesn't anyone join us? They all see our broadcasting, but maybe they they're afraid of uh, using the
yeah,
link.
maybe because it's not Zoom.
What's wrong with this application? It is in good
I
working. Mhm.
it's normal. It's normal.
I don't see any difference. Maybe this is the reason. That's the point. People so conservative, so that they cannot use some new application or social media. But I thought that being on WebTalk, they would understand that we should try something new. We are not bound to Zoom. We are not obliged to use that. There is no rules about it. Just if you want to speak freely without limits, join us and we will talk about something. We have Alexander here.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good app if you need to have some conversation without limit. Yeah, like Zoom has.
You know, when we have that limit, I always thinking about it and can't feel free. You know, it's like someone want to um, uh, take part of me. in 40 minutes. That's why it's not convenient. And paying for that quite rather strange idea for it's quite expensive. For
Yeah,
what? No, no. If they put this price for buying this application in order we could use later on without paying them every month, I would buy it with pleasure. But I don't like any subscriptions like that. If I pay money, I have to get my
me,
goods.
yeah, me neither. I don't like it either.
You know, when you buy a milk in the store, no one will take it from you as soon as it is in your fridge. And I believe that if you take money for something, you should give it for forever.
Yeah, we need to try to use this app as well. It looks interesting.
And
And
we are not having any trouble with connection. Uh, Yesterday we were talking with Abdurrahman, and we stuck at one point when he just dropped out of the conference, and I don't see such troubles today. And um, Zainab also was in good working order using this application.
yeah, maybe for some reasons Zoom is better for people.
Mm, no, it is better if you paid for that. You know, otherwise I can't find any benefits of using that.
Some people like it. Even teachers like it. Because they're a virtual desk for teaching.
You mean share screening?
Not share screen. No, share screen, not sharing. They're a virtual desk where you can write or
Oh,
type. You can type or write or chat whenever you want.
I can type here.
Not in the chat. It's like on the screen. You can type on the screen.
Ah, I,
Uh,
such additional functions do not cost that amount of money, I suppose. Or at least while I was while I was passing this exam today, I was able
and
to
FC
FC.
come.
Yes, yes. I
Did you fail it? Did you fail it?
Yes, I did. For some reasons, I had been preparing for this
Or
exam using outdated edition of the book designed for preparation.
spell
hmm
some special book from
And
Cambridge
the whole year is
University
waste.
Press. No, it's not waste. It's not waste. It's not. You have enough time. You have enough time. You have enough time to
Maybe
prepare
next time.
for.
It is
But
not that.
how did you get a result in a short of period of time?
No, I didn't get. I just know that there are many, a large amount of mistakes because such tests require mm, preparation, otherwise you fail.
I wanted to take it many years ago. Uh,
But why
FC
didn't you?
because my friend told me I have to sit the proficiency exam.
Oh, it's quite strange approach to studying. We need clear, uh,
Um,
clarify. We verify our B2 level at least before going
oh,
for proficiency.
oh, the proficiency one is quite difficult. You know that
In
even native speakers have some troubles to take
proficiency
it.
means you at the same level as scholars. It is not like, oh, why shouldn't I get some proficiency today? No, when you, as soon as you get it, once you get it, you at the same level of English with scholars. You can write incredible articles, reports, and so on. And even intimidate level is quite high level if you use all the things required. It's not like intermediate level for young ones. Give me.
Yeah, because
Я приду,
then
приду.
we have to use many words, not synonyms, or
Мгм.
something like that. Just try to use some words which have the same meaning. Maybe because otherwise you can lose your points,
Your marks and you
your
points.
marks as a result. As
Mhm.
a result, yeah.
And our countrymen just can't comprehend the um, real level of C2. I always see teachers in the teachers group who um, try to make a thing that they at that level, but uh, I can't believe until I see your work. It's too high to state such things.
Maybe you've noticed as well as I have, especially on VK. There are too many English groups on VK.
Mhm.
People write some stuff in Russian most of the time.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
How could it
Even
be?
I don't know. Even some English teachers who who took the proficiency exam, they write some stuff in Russian. I know only a few groups, maybe a couple of groups where English teachers write in English.
I believe we must write in English. Otherwise,
E-
there are some
espe-
doubts in our
yeah,
capabilities.
especially if you have a specific group to teach
English.
English. Yeah, I can't understand this position. Because if you are an English teacher, you have to write in English on your own page.
All the time, you should use every opportunity to practice it. And you can't waste time writing in Russia for it's quite easier. And if you are at such high level, it must be easy for you to do.
Of course, even on YouTube, I watch lots of videos from English teachers with a high level of English,
Hmm.
but they explain everything in Russian.
And we know the real reason of that. Um,
Why? What is the reason for that?
I believe if you explain something that at intermediate level and upwards, you have to explain I talk it not for. It is not taken from my mind. It is common
Yeah,
teacher's knowledge that we should explain everything in the way of grammar and new grammar constructions to our students who are higher than intermediate and higher level in English.
yeah,
There is no other way. And
yeah. That's
I have a high level student, uh, though it's quite hard to explain grammar things in English. I try and I never give up. I just practice more and more until it's getting better and better.
yes,
And it
yeah,
works like that. There is no other way.
yeah. Because this way can help people. Can help you listen to English first of all, and they start replying to you in English. If they have some questions, maybe helps a lot. And when I watched Russian speaking people teachers on YouTube explaining some information in Russian, right?
Look,
I
just if you can't explain some grammar things in Russian, oh my God, take this book. It's easy and everything in English. Just memorize it and explain what's wrong with you. Yes?
Murphy, that's Murphy. I
Murphy,
think
Murphy,
yeah.
and I have another one. Oh, look, this one, also from this series of book.
Advanced grammar of
Okay.
in use
hmm
in use.
My beloved books, and
Why?
I will explain why. These are the first books where everything explained clearly and with many examples.
Because it's from Cambridge.
Cambridge, and I didn't find any other books that could match them.
Yeah, Cambridge is good. Yeah,
I want
Cambridge.
to
Yeah.
uh, gather all collection of their books, starting from vocabulary and
It's quite expensive. It's quite expensive to buy it.
where do you buy such things?
We have a Cambridge Center here in Yekaterinburg.
Yes, and it is rather expensive. While you may buy such books using Avito. Um,
Ah, Avito.
how much does it cost? It was new book when I bought it. How much is
Oh,
what is the price you would
maybe
think
almost
of?
3,000 Russian rubles
Mm,
on the shop. On the shop.
700 rubles
Wow.
for new one, and the other one also. How much? 700 rubles, and I paid 300 rubles for delivering. You know, and they won you.
I didn't know about it. Yeah, because I brought proficiency book to prepare for the exam. Maybe I don't know how much paid I for that for 2 books.
Oh, I know this book. I need to buy it too. I
It,
heard.
it was too expensive.
And what was the cost of? What was the price of it?
Oh, maybe almost 4,000
4,000.
Russian rubles for 2 books.
It's about
Because
$70.
yeah, it's quite expensive in Russia.
But you know, I believe that it is worth buying such books for this price. But we can't buy so many books for that price. That's why we have to find other ways of acquiring them. Like
You can download it on the internet.
I can't read using PC or phones or even e-books. it is not the same, you know. But
It's
if
not
you
the
if you
same.
are key, huh?
I'm okay with that.
You are lucky one then.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, and that's why I downloaded lots of books from Cambridge.
Try to download calculations in
Because
use. I think it is perfect
it's
book.
quite easy to prepare for the exam using a paper book. That's why I decided to buy it. Otherwise, I'll
Otherwise, I
I
didn't.
won't be. Yeah, I didn't buy it. Otherwise, I didn't buy it just for the exam because I need to make some notes. I need to have some maybe some stuff
But
or
we have to buy such books unless we want to fall behind. And this the thing that I wouldn't recommend to anyone to buy Russian teacher's book.
oh
I,
yes.
I wasted a good deal of time, about 2 years, trying to
Mm,
acquire a piece of information from them. They don't know English. They just don't know. If
they have some interesting titles. For instance, I have a book, How to Start Speaking English in 2 months,
oh,
or something like that.
I know how to start to speak English for 2 months. To be born in England. We need to be born in England.
We need no, we need to be born. Yeah.
Well, for instance, I will explain why I so stick to such books. Simple tenses. How we will learn to use them. It is about common situation when no, you work, you go to work, but if you right now, you should say you are going to work, and we was never told about other ways of using that. Like you say, I'm leaving tomorrow. What you taught, what you learned this way? That
Um.
we can use present simple with words related to the future. Like I buy this book tomorrow. We needn't to say we're not obliged to say I will buy this book tomorrow or I'm leaving next year. We needn't to say I will be leaving next year. I don't know, and all that stuff in this book. It's incredible. One book can exchange the bookshelf behind me, filled with books.
Yeah. When I was so surprised when alone we can use present continuous in the future. In the
Yes,
future thing, I was surprised. Really?
yeah, so did I. So was I.
Yeah, because I didn't learn it at school.
And you will never know about such ways of using present simple, present continuous in any school that we have in Russia. They use
I
the same
know,
practices.
yeah, I know only one Russian teacher, well, a Russian speaking teacher from
Mhm.
Moscow who explained it. Who explained it. I know only one person
No, we have plenty of them, but it's rather
because she started in the USA. That's why I think.
ah uh, let's see, it's rather exceptions. What
Yeah, but most of them don't know, have no ideas.
and look, I'm not putting blame on them for not knowing such things. They were learned by the same user teachers. but I hate them when they state that they have C2 level. What if they would be honest to everyone, like I'm something about intimidate and B2 maybe. It would be okay. I'm not trying to uh, pretend to be better than they are, but I hate when people deceive each other.
I see. I see. Yeah, that's that makes sense. Makes sense.
We should be honest. Maybe they believe in their capabilities, in the way of
Yeah,
speaking, writing.
they believe in it. At least before starting speaking with a professional native English speaker.
I'm not being rude to our colleagues who, even at the start of their career, uh, and I have one student who I prompt to start teaching because I see that he's at a good level, and in my opinion, um, he can start his own teaching.
Oh, I had the same point when I started teaching. Yeah,
I said it to emphasize that there is no arrogance in my talkings. It is.
because
Mhm.
I never thought about teaching before. And when some people told me you have to start teaching. Why don't you teach?
Mhm. You mean uh,
Because
someone? s-
yeah,
s-
because of knowledge, of my knowledge.
Oh,
A professional English
mm,
teacher from the UK told me you have to do that.
yes, it is. Uh, some rudeness proceeded from our Russian souls always make us think about our colleagues as if they were worse than we are. But it is not true. It is not. It doesn't your. It isn't your. Doesn't your matter. Isn't your matter. I forgot. Okay.
Most Russians are perfectionists.
But they're perfectionist about colleagues, not about themselves.
Mm, it's not about me. I'm a perfectionist about myself.
Yes, it's not about you. I'm just talking about those who always
Yes,
hate you for not being as good as they pretend to be.
it's not only about an English teacher. It's about English learners as well.
Or when once I started learning English, I was visited English clubs, and you can't imagine how often I was interrupted for not saying some words in uh, good way. Like I recall myself like saying saying instead or of instead, uh, and once I catch them by the tongue when they said that I was mistaking telling often instead of often, because we can use this both ways. And
Yeah, we can use both of
catch
them.
them, seize them by their tongue.
Yeah, some people don't know, so that
Many people don't know.
we can use both of them.
And as you said in the previous meeting, you hate being interrupted while you're speaking. And
Yes, because I can lose my idea. I can lose my words. I can lose that, and for me, it's just like no, I'd like it. I'm not against of some correction, if someone will correct me. Uh, but after when I stop my conversation,
My talking, yes.
my talking, yeah.
Yeah, maybe you're right. We shouldn't interrupt in the middle of speaking or talking. I don't know. Maybe you're right. We should memorize such this way.
That's why we are perfectionists here in Russia.
Alexandra, I'd like to ask you, um, uh, will you be able to join this club tomorrow?
Tomorrow, which time?
Maybe a bit earlier, but if you let it be like this. If you are having time at this particular point, I will just send you a message, and to you, if you are free, will join. Okay?
Because tomorrow I have a lesson. I have a private lesson
Ah.
at 9 p.m. my time, Moscow time 7 p.m.
Ah, we have the same time. Yekaterinburg. My computer works this way also.
Ah,
Yes, Ufa.
I think I thought Ufa has Moscow time.
No, all the same. Uh, now I have uh, a half past
Oh,
11 p.m.
yeah, the same.
It's cool for us to find the appropriate time to speak.
Yeah, that's why I don't know about tomorrow.
Okay, if you are free, just join. I will send you a message because
Okay,
it would be fair. You are not obliged to follow my page. I need to write directly my friends. For I always miss my friends' conversations. It this web talk should do something to let us know when our friend having conversation.
because we are not available to see all the posts of
Yes,
web
it is.
talk. That's why some people can't see your posts or someone's.
I have subscribed to about more than 2,000.
Just imagine if they post every day. You you can't see
We
everything.
can
You
follow,
can't see
yes.
anything. You can't see anything.
Okay,
But
Alexandra, I have to go. Thank you for
thank,
joining. It was pleasure to speak to
thank
you.
you,
I hope I will see you next time, my friend.
thank you, thank you.
Bye
See you
bye.
later. Bye bye.